All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the almighty Team 5 to win. Today is another day for serious interaction.
Is it Almighty or the mighty Team 5 to win?
Okay, the mighty Team 5 to win. Almighty is God in heaven. Yes, you're right. Yeah, thank you for that correction. You see, this meeting today, we have a lot to do today, a lot, in a very short time. Number one is that we're supposed to have one of the big partner of Jama Life International addressing us today, but because we came late, he left. Many of you are coming late. He left. One big awardee in this last third car anniversary. He's not the youngest, but one of the youngest people that got that 12 million naira worth of CRV. So hopefully we'll have him in our next meeting. But today we'll be having a session with a guest from KLT, but that will be in our WhatsApp room. We may either do it in WhatsApp room or in Telegram room. KLT is going places, and it's about time we Team 5 members get ourselves prepared and positioned. On the 20th of this month, that's a few days from now, KLT will be launching its website officially for registration. So I don't want any one of us in Team 5 to win to miss out the wonderful things that are coming out from KLT. So I decided to invite one of the big teachers of KLT to educate us on what to do and how to be properly positioned for KLT update. And we'll be doing that in our either Telegram. When we finish, I think we'll conclude whether we should have that meeting in Telegram or on WhatsApp by 9 o'clock. So we'll have just a few minutes to go. Now, I also invited one of the admin of Jama Life management team. One of those persons that got 200,000 naira leadership incentive, leadership award. So, Mr. Obiora, he was supposed to be here. If time permits me, I will call him on phone because he's fully prepared to address us on certain techniques in registration. So one of the issues I want us to discuss today is about the future of Team 5 to win in Jama Life. Many of us here in Team 5 to win have not properly placed our registration properly. And we need to adjust certain things in the registration. The registration will start off from the decentralization system that we have initiated. So it's going to favor everybody to ensure that every major account has 2 direct. So that is why that expert was supposed to be here to address us. 2 direct. That two direct registration is very, very important. So it just shows that we have just started this race. We have just started this race of Team 5. And so many people said that we needed to overhaul the entire system of Team 5. Some people were asking questions in the admin room that what actually the problem was. Now the problem is this. I will share my screen to give us a little example on how this registration will be done. Some of us here are already conversant with registration, but here is, we need to look at the positioning, how this account should be positioned. Is very, very important as we begin this decentralization system. So let me share my screen, and then we'll come back to answer questions from those who have a peculiar problem. All right, it's coming up now. So leaders, right now, it will be nice that all of us imbibe on these simple rules. Every account that has attained Ruby status must ensure that it sponsors 2 accounts to come up to Ruby. Every account that has attained Ruby status should ensure that that account sponsors 2 Rubies. This is to mean that this measure is necessary in order to prevent a situation where someone will qualify for, someone would believe that he or she has qualified for a certain award in the future. And at that point, only for him to be disappointed that he or she cannot pick the award that he or she has felt is won. So now, one of the rules here in Jama Life is this: every account must ensure that of its direct downlines, 2 of its direct downlines. Oh, I need to mute this person. Oh, I'm sharing my screen right now and I cannot mute. Please mute yourself. Because I'm sharing my screen right now, I won't be able to mute somebody while the screen is shared. So please mute your audios. Now, so what I'm saying in essence is that the basic rule in Jama Life is that every account should ensure that it sponsors direct downlines. Now, there are 2 ways to raise direct downlines. Direct downline is any account that is registered using your sponsor, using your ID as its sponsor. So it does not matter if that account is immediately after you. But what matters is that the account is recognized as sponsoring 2 accounts minimum. So those 2 accounts will always follow you wherever you go, even to level 6, level 7, or level 8. You must ensure that 2 accounts are properly sponsored. Because of the noise, I want to believe that you have all heard what I said. So, is there any question, please? Let me stop this sharing. No, before that. Now, what I'm about to show you here is the direct downline to this account. So this measure needs to be corrected now, so that in the future it doesn't bring any problem. Waiting for this thing to come up. Man. Why are you people allowing noise to be on the background now? This network is slow. Taufik, you are the one allowing noise to be on the background. If you try this next time, I will exit you from the room. You are one that you should mute yourself, and yet you allow noise to be interfering.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have much. My boy got down so on born in Zoom meeting now. Zoom application.
Well, this thing is slow. Let me. Why did you unmute yourself again now? What's wrong with this guy now? I just mute you and you now unmute yourself again. Okay, while that system is still coming up, I want to share with you a short message that we prepared. Because we said, now I hope that you can see very boldly, very clearly. We said that Team 5 to Win program has just started, so we should all be ready now to work. Now we have a prepared message here, which we want to use as our own program to meet out with people. So our community orientation will begin effective tomorrow. So, okay, Mr. Matthew has already corrected this to be mighty. Now, the mighty Team 5. Okay, many of us have been complaining that we don't know how to refer. We don't want to do referring business. We don't want to do referring network stuff, this and that. The excuses has been so much. But here, we want to assist. We want to assist everyone. Anyone who is interested to use this copy also as a tool of outreach can have it. So I will read right now. This is like a handbook which we will be using to approach people and inviting them into what we do. It doesn't necessarily mean that presentation, you must have a full-fledged presentation at all time, but at least we should be able to give out a cashing invitation. An invitation is something impressive, a presentation that will attract people to what we do, like what we have here now. We cordially invite you to Team 5 to Win Grassroots Mobilization Foundation. We are committed to the empowerment of our members for self-determination. This is achieved through intensive training and enlightenment. Our areas of interest include 1, the Internet of Things; 2, blockchain technology; 3, the power of cryptocurrency; 4, the power of Jama Life Helpers Global. We believe this gives you the ability to be lifted out of poverty. Management this. So in the course of our outreach or community orientation, we'll be inviting people with this handbook. We'll be telling people how internet can empower them, which is the Internet of Things. And then we'll be talking to people about blockchain right here on Zoom meeting. So it is very expensive. Most people are not able to attend seminars at certain location because of distance or because of their personal engagement. I think this option can help, because when we move out to people, we share these handles to them. We must ensure that we get at least their contact number. Some of these prospects might want to register on the spot if they are a bit convinced or interested. And and some other time, some of these people might want a bit more conviction before they get committed. So we can invite them to our Zoom meeting, and we'll take out time to explain what the internet is, the power of the internet, and at the same time, all of these programs that are run on the internet, which include blockchain technology. Of course, this is something we know very, very, very well. And being that cryptocurrency is something we've been dealing with, especially on the 20th of this month, where TBC is likely going to have a new face, attracting more people because of the update from KLT, which I'll be discussing in our chat room. So I think we have something to offer. Then we'll add up with Jama Live. So when we invite people to this Zoom, our target here should be those who have internet access, especially people with Android phone or smartphones. So those should be our first target, not necessarily every person. So those people should be our first target, the people who we can actually engage on the internet. Since several other people, when you invite them to seminar centers, they find it difficult to come over to the location because of their personal engagement. I think there will be less excuses if we invite people to Zoom meeting through one-on-one contact with people during the day, and at night like this, we'll come over to discuss what the internet can do for people, what blockchain has come to offer, cryptocurrency, and Jama Live. So I will stop sharing and then open up the floor for discussion now. Hello. Please, you can unmute yourself and come up with your contributions.
I'm going to meeting. 18 on the meeting. Hello.
Yes, come in.
Network is bad.
He said,
Bad
Mr.
network.
Taufik. Yes, can we hear you?
Hello?
Yes, let's hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you.
All right. This is Sunday Ojebi.
Okay, Mr. Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the one using Galaxy J6.
Yeah, J6. I don't know why it's bringing it as Galaxy J6 this night.
Okay, maybe it's okay. Go ahead.
All right. Now, going by your explanation, you said every account that is in Ruby stage,
yes,
must directly sponsor 2 other accounts.
Yes, minimum.
And that wherever that Ruby account is going, it will be carrying along the 2 other accounts or more that is he or she sponsored.
Yes. It's very important.
Yes. All right. My question is this. Initially when we started, the registration, the placement, and every other thing was done, like like as if let's say is computer that is doing the placement.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, in a situation where, so is it not possible that one of those accounts that has entered Ruby had direct to minimum order registration under it by that previous arrangement?
It's not clear, sir. Are you? It's not clear.
Let me come again. Now, let's say, for instance, I have an account that has entered Ruby as we first started, that the registration was done, without knowing who is who.
Okay.
You are getting me?
Yeah.
Now, is it not possible that while the registration was on then, one of my accounts that has entered Ruby, for instance, let me assume that one of my accounts has entered Ruby. Is it not possible that one of the accounts that has entered Ruby has a placement of minimum of 2 other accounts registered under it directly?
You see, anyhow you want to look at it, however you want to look at it, the first thing to take.
Who is this one making noise now?
Hey! So, Taufik, this is how you are. So, the most important thing is this. You will first and foremost know the account you have and what you want that account to achieve.
All right.
You understand? If your number one account is in Ruby and is closing up to Emerald, you understand? Now you will check out if there are 2 direct accounts that are sponsored by that very account. If there is no 2 direct downline that was registered, and the way to know if that account has direct downline or not, you just go to the menu now, just as I went before. You just click on direct, my direct. It will bring out the number of direct people that account has registered. Yes. The registration goes sponsored and adjusted to. You understand? Sponsored and adjusted to. Even if you use your number one account to register an account, this information is very, very important to. Please, we have to take it seriously, especially the builders. I know that many people are supposed to show up or come in on this meeting, but they are not here. Tomorrow they will start asking questions. So the essence of this is for those who are having long plan for this program, the builders. So now, if that account is closing up to Emerald, and you are hoping that when you get to Emerald or beyond Emerald, you want to become an awardee, because from the more than 60% of the people that went home with picked cars, the awardees, were not in level 6.
Okay.
Oh, I'm timed out. After 10 minutes, this session will be closed. We can rejoin. So now, more than 60% of those awardees were actually not qualified, but they were considered by their commitment. Meaning that, and that commitment is this: if your number one account was able to have up to 10 if you are in a crown diamond, if you are in diamond, which is level 5, and you are able to have up to 10 diamond under you, from which 2 of them are your direct, then you're qualified for a car.
All right.
So it's not until you become a crown diamond before you pick the car.
Yes. Okay.
So now, if you have even up to 14 of, even if you have up to 14, that takes you to Grand Diamond. If you don't have two direct sponsored by you,
you qualify for no car.
You've qualified for no car.
All right.
So we need to know this very seriously. So that is why, and the direct here can come from anywhere. You can you can build account from scratch as long as you are able to bring it up to that stage that qualifies you to pick that car. You get it.
Okay.
So I hope this is noted. So that is why I said,
yes,
that's why I said we don't need to get to Emerald before we try to say we want to correct it. Let's start now. So any Ruby account should ensure that it brings in.
It has two directs.
Two directs for itself.
Yes.
And we'll start nurturing it right now. So that is one message for today. The second message is that let us begin now to embark on our mass campaign, bringing people to Zoom meeting, using any possible means. We have designed our own means of bringing people, which is a handbook that we will share to people and tell them we teach blockchain, we teach TBC, we teach KLT, we teach German Life at people's convenience, which is night time. Most people at this time, they are at home relaxing and doing nothing. Let us go into their private time and commercialize that time. Use that time for business. Because invitation to training centers or training locations, most times, many people who would have come don't come because of the distance and because of their engagement. So why we can try to still run physical centers, we can convert most of our night like this into business.
Yes.
So that is the brief I have for today. And I was thinking many people, and also, okay, there is no new person among us. I wanted to talk about the taking over of accounts from on the 5th of January. So we are all aware of that. So I don't know if there's any other.
Hello?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me just ask a question.
Hold on. If this system, if this thing times out, please let us rejoin, because I have very few. Okay, 5 minutes more. I've seen a 5 minute more. All right, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I'm saying that those of us with 7 accounts initially, that the accounts were registered direct under us. Those direct accounts under us, under our account 1, qualify for what we are talking.
I didn't hear you.
Hello?
I didn't hear you well. I didn't get you well.
I am saying, hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I have you registered 7 accounts for me.
Yes.
When I click direct, I discover that the account 2 and 3 are directly under account 1.
Okay.
Then account 4, 5 are directly
4, 5,
under,
6.
Then 6, 7 directly under account
Account 2, 4.
Yes.
Okay.
That
2 and 4. Yes.
for building up.
Sometimes the network makes what you say not clear. But if I may try to answer the question, I said that the most important thing is to just know that if you want to win a car tomorrow, any account that you are expecting to win that car from, make sure that there are 2 other accounts following that account as direct downline.
Fine. Okay, it's okay.
You understand? So that anytime you are doing registration, you know this thing is announced now because we have decentralized registration. So anytime you are registering somebody, so that you will know where you will do that registration. I hope it's clear now. Is it clear now? Hello?
It is, Mike. I'm okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Shegun.
Thank you.
Mr. Shegun, do you have anything to say?
Did you take care of yesterday?
Yeah, I did pick him up from me last class. Then he was still trying to see if he could wait for the person because the person was supposed to play.
Is it the airport you took?
No. So he was supposed to wait.
Okay. In the absence of more contributions, please, I think we should go to the WhatsApp room because somebody wants to talk to us about KLT.
Okay, it's better.
Abi?
Let's talk on WhatsApp.
We should leave this meeting.
Sir?
Are we closing up from this meeting now?
I think we should close because we are expecting somebody to address us on KLT in WhatsApp.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
All right, thank you very much.
That's very important. Thank you.
Yes, it's important. Let's see what KLT want to offer us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. God bless us.